is an ordained minister, a certified healer, and a certified teacher, not only with Casadega, but also with Lilydale. I'd like to help in presenting Rev Gregory P Kent to the
Good morning. Good morning. You know, when Cindy was doing the Lyceum this morning, I got a chuckle with myself because, as she was saying, Spirit has a way of changing what you plan and what you do. So 3 weeks ago, when I started preparing for the lecture, I start like this. I have a thought, I have to write it down. So I grab whatever I can grab, and this just happened to be envelopes. Little pieces of paper, many pieces of paper. I just start writing things down, only to this morning rewrite and write what I'm actually going to talk about today. It's just interesting when you get the information flowing, you just have to write things down. So I would encourage you all, either have a little recording on your phone, have a piece of paper, write it down, because it's meaningful in some way. So Ben Franklin's credited with saying, "Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better person." I hope 2020 has found you a better person so far. I'm certainly trying to be a better person, but guess what? I'm a work in progress. Might take me a little more time to get there, but I'm trying. We start the new year making plans and what we want to do differently or change. The year starts to unfold, and before we know it, it's already December, and we're starting all over again. We start the new year making resolutions, making plans for the future, and it's going to be different for each and every one of us. I plan on what? Eating better, exercising more, travel more, volunteering my time, etc., etc. It's always unique. We come up with our New Year's resolutions by reflecting back on the past year. What went right? What went wrong? What were my conflicts that I had to deal with? What were my successes? What went right for me? It doesn't always have to be negative. And we build from there. It's important to have realistic expectations of ourselves when we reflect and plan for the future. We know the past. That's easy. It's already happened. It's the future that we're uncertain about at times. But keep trying to plan for the future. Never, ever give up on your plans or what you're trying to accomplish. Now, having said that, I don't make New Year's resolutions. Too hard, too difficult. Instead, I try to become a better me each and every new year. Throughout the year, I reflect. What do I need to change about myself? What do others perceive me as? Like I said, it's all in motion. I'm still working on myself every day. One aspect I continuously work on is my action and reactions to individuals that I encounter every day. My actions and my reactions. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. We all experience life differently. We all see events around us, but we see the experiences unique to us. They're not always the same. Based on our past experiences, thus we react differently. My awareness of what's going on around me increases as I block out the noise. So what's the noise? Blocking out noise is difficult. Television, a lot of noise, in my opinion. The radio, lots of noise. Our co-workers, lots of noise. Even our families, dare I say, lots of noise. Lots of noise. We have to start filtering out the noise. By blocking out the noise, we can then listen better to what the universe is trying to tell us each and every day. The universe wants us to know everything we need to know. What's blocking us is us, the noise. We have to be focused and attentive to the universal forces around us. Everything I need to know, the universe is going to tell me. Everything you need to know, the universe is going to tell you. You just have to be open and listen. We have to be able to take the information and grow spiritually, mentally, grow to be better people, however you define better. As my knowledge grows, I also try and grow as a person. It's not always easy, and it's, like I said, I'm not always successful. But I don't ever want to give up trying to be a better person. We're all different, we're all unique. I am the sum of my existence, you are the sum of your existence. We've heard these statements before. We process differently, we think differently, we act differently. I can't expect you to act like me, you cannot expect me to act like you. My quest to becoming a better me, I have to remind myself just that not everyone is like me. Thank God. Thank God. I'm unique just like you're unique. So my continuous goal is to stop getting mad and or upset at others that don't behave like I think they should behave. We do that, don't we? We do that. We get upset with people. Why are you not thinking like I think? Why are you not doing what I'm doing? Well, because you're different. We're all different. I cannot control you. I cannot control what you're thinking. I cannot control your actions. I get it. I have to let you be you. That's hard. That's hard. I cannot control how others act or react, but I can certainly control how I act and react when I'm in your presence and talking or associating with you. I have to be able to set by an example the saying, be the change you want to see in others, even if nobody's watching. Even if nobody's watching, I still have to act like I'd like other people to act toward me. We each see the world around us differently, like I've said, based on all of our experiences in life is how we act and react toward each other. Trying to understand where the other person is coming from is a big step in understanding and dealing with them. I'm a public school teacher by profession, working with students with disabilities. One year I was teaching summer school. As beginning teachers, that's what we do. We teach summer school, so we have food on the table. While chatting with an elementary student, he asked me a question that's stuck with me probably 30 years, almost 30 years. Very profound statement to me. The question was, Mr. Kent, do you have a swimming pool at your trailer park? Innocent question. Mr. Kent, do you have a swimming pool at your trailer park? So why is that profound for me? Because it dawned on me his entire world revolved around his trailer park where he lived. That was his universe. That's all he knew other than school. So knowing that information about him, I was able to act and interact with him much better because I understood his background. I understood what he was around all day. So my response was to the question, do you have a swimming pool at your trailer park? I said, well, of course. Of course I do. He looked up at me with a big smile and said, wow, aren't you lucky? It made his day to know that my trailer park had a swimming pool, because his didn't. Okay, so don't judge me. I don't live in a trailer park. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just not wanting him to feel uncomfortable. So it's easier to say yes than have to explain what a condominium is. Much easier. Much easier. We perceive the world around us based on our knowledge that we are exposed to. That's what he was exposed to. That's how he interacted. I cannot get upset with someone else that has not been exposed to the same thing that I've been exposed to, and vice versa. As a child, I'd spend many weekends with my grandparents, maternal grandparents. And every evening, between supper time and when Walter Cronkite came on, who knows Walter Cronkite? See. She would go out to the garage, stomp her feet, clap her hands, pull down the garage door. Why did she do that? She wanted to make sure there's no cats in the garage before she closed the door. So she'd go out there stomping her feet, clapping her hands. She'd pull the door down. Then I'd watch her reach out, lock it, put something in her pocket, and go back inside. 30 years I watched this. One evening she was busy. She said, Gregory, can you go out and close the garage doors? Well, sure. I've watched you. I know how to do it. Be sure to clap your hands, stomp your feet, and lock the door. Yes, ma'am. I've watched you for 30 years. I think I've got it. So I went out, stomped my feet, clapped my hands, pulled the garage door down, went to lock it. There's no lock. I'm confused. My reality just shifted. There's no lock on that garage door. But wait a second. For 30 years I watched her lock it and put the key in her pocket. I went inside. She looked at me. I think she was psychic. She said, did you lock it? I said, Granny, there's no lock on the door. And here's a very profound statement. She said, the neighbors don't know that. The neighbors don't know that. As if every evening about 5:30 they gathered at their window to see if she was going to lock the garage. That was her world. The neighborhood was her world. That's how she thought. That's how she acted. That's how she reacted. So, feeling like a fool, I went back outside. I reached in my pocket, pulled out an imaginary key, put it in the imaginary lock, turned it twice, jiggled the handle, and put it back in my pocket. Yes. She had sucked me into her reality. Never to ever come out again. Oh, she was a character. That knowledge determines how I became who I am. All these experiences with other people's realities help me to understand my reality with more clarity. Sometimes the best reaction is no reaction. When you're in a conflicting situation, someone's coming at you, you want to push back. We're forced to make decisions every day. We have to weigh the pros and the cons. We have to always find that balance. How do we keep harmony in our lives by properly acting and reacting? Because we know everything we do, there's a consequence. Everything we do, there's a consequence. Every decision we make is a consequence. Positive or negative. Or if you don't like the word negative, I don't use negative. I try to use the word less positive. There's many degrees of positive. Our daily actions, verbally, physically, create vibrations around us. We know this. These vibrations are pushed outward toward whatever or whomever. We're pushing towards others. We're pushing towards the universe. Remember, the universe has to be balanced. It has to stay in harmony. So when we push, guess what? It pushes back. The familiar phrase, what goes around comes around. But it could be good, could be positive. Doesn't always have to be less positive. As you sow, so shall you reap. Ugh. Your actions dictate your consequences. It's always equal. It's always harmonious. If this is true, then we need to make sure that we're creating positive vibrations around us at all times. We are pushing positive vibrations out to the universe. We're pushing positive vibrations out to each and every person, even if they're standing in front of us, cursing us out. We push the positive vibrations back toward them. If my actions create my future, then certainly I'd want to stay positive and vibrate more to a positive universe around me. As I grow spiritually, my views and understandings grow with me. I'm certainly not the same person I was 10, 15, 20 years ago. Certainly not the same person I was a year ago. My beliefs have changed also over the years by my actions and reactions with myself and with other people. I learn from you, and I appreciate you being my teacher. I learn from everyone I come in contact with. I've developed a better understanding of hindsight is 20/20. Because how many times do we stop during the day and reflect about what happened in the past? I do it all the time. I don't dwell on it. I just reflect. Usually in the morning when I'm taking my shower. For some reason, it's the shower thing or driving my car. Information comes to me. So I've developed a better understanding. I reflect on my decisions in order to be a better me in the future. Again, I'm a work in progress. Try to remember everything that happened that was not in harmony. How can I react differently if it ever come around again? I can't change anyone, but I can change myself. So I certainly hope that the year 2020 has found you a better person. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to continue. When faced with a decision, pause, think about the consequences, and choose wisely. Or at least try and have a better tomorrow if today wasn't that good. I'm going to leave you with this quote. Great philosopher, Albus Dumbledore. You know who that is? Harry Potter. It is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Profound. It is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. So I want to thank you today for listening to me, and thank you, and God bless you on your individual paths. Thank you.